Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nsanity Games back with another Terraria mod showcase. The mod for today is called Calamity. I had thought I had covered this prior to this video, but as far as I'm aware of, I am not, but I am going to rectify that mistake today, and let's get on with it. For the first item on Calamity, we have the Cosmo Light. Cosmo Light changes the time of day by not setting it to a specific time. It actually moves the time forward a set amount of time. So it's 8:15 right now, it's 11:16 now. Now it's 8:18 or 8:19, now it's 11:20. As you can see, it moves it forward a certain amount of time, which is kind of cool. Then we have Aries, which is like a vampire gun. I definitely like it. You cannot hold it down and shoot. You gotta actually click multiple times, which is pretty straightforward. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, you get healing, which is definitely a plus. Then you got the Alpha Ray. This is a pretty powerful weapon. As you can see, it shoots forward, but it also goes through walls. So this is very good if you want to clear out areas around you. Like if you're trying to work, like if you're worrying about something attacking you while you're building a farm or something like this, is definitely really good for that. Then we have the Elemental Disc. This also does go through walls. The one thing I like about this is it doesn't disappear right away, and it can last, and you can build quite a huge stack of these following you before they start disappearing. And as you can see, they just descend down and do a decent amount of damage. Then we got the Abyssal Tome. It's a really slow spell, but I definitely like the after effects that it does leave behind. I mean, look at that. I don't know, I just like the way that looks. Then we got Arc of the Elements. It shoots a projectile, and then you get some extra projectiles flinging from the sides, which is pretty cool. It does spring a lot of stuff down, but I think that's just for looks. It's not going to really actually do anything. We've got Arc of the Ancients. This one is kind of like two weapons combined. You got that, you know, that the stars falling from the sky, and you also got the projectiles. So if you're fighting something real close like this, and you're able to tank for whatever reason, this is a pretty decent weapon. Then we have the Barracuda Gun. This is a pretty good gun. I mean, it stays there. If you go too far away, however, it does detach and then it comes back to you. But as long as you're holding it, I'm not sure if there's a time limit or not. They will stick onto it and do a consistent damage. Right now it seems to be about 2k damage per second, which is pretty decent. They do not go through walls, which I didn't really expect them to. And then you got the Bitter Cold Staff. Pretty powerful. Well, actually, it's not really powerful at all. What I meant to say, it's pretty cool. Oh god, I just actually did that, didn't I? That last one was unintentional. Moving on, we got the Blade Crest Oath Sword, which shoots like a mini scythe that sets enemies on fire. Nothing too spectacular. It does not go through walls, so nothing too overpowered about that. Next up, we have Contagion. This is a pretty cool bow. It starts off really slow, and then it speeds up. It's like a machine gun bow, if you will. A machine bow. I'm not sure if that's ever been a thing like that, but it is causing my frame rates to go a little bit screwy there. But it does leave after, or I should say, DOTs would probably be a better word. I was going to say debuffs, but I'm not sure if it actually makes them weaker or if it just leaves a bunch of DOTs on them. And it does decent damage. I mean, look at that. 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, and some 1s there towards the end. So it's 20s and 1s. Pretty awesome. Then we have Devastation. This one I like a lot. It's different. I haven't really seen a weapon like this before. As you can see, it shoots it in an arc, which ain't that spectacular, but it's also dropping stuff from the sky, which is pretty awesome. It's based on the cursor movement, like most of those star spells, and then overall it's pretty awesome. Then we have Draconic Destruction. If you're wondering what that does, it launches a projectile that has this weird pattern. If you shoot over here, it does that, and then it does that thing up and down, and it does that. But you can spam it so you can have multiples, which is pretty awesome, and it does go down below. So that's definitely very useful. The original part don't, but it can go with its little up and down part. Then we have the Crystal Piercer. And as you can see, it just pierces. It's a spear, throwing spear, which is pretty awesome. I definitely like a variety of different throwing weapons. Crystal Piercer is one of them. Then you have the Curse Dagger, which is not anything spectacular. I mean, it goes through, bounces, and can set people on fire with that Cursed Flame debuff / DOT. Then we have the Blade Edge Great Bow. Pretty awesome. It's like that, what is it? That thing you get from the jungle where it bounces. Can't think of the name of that arrow. So that's pretty awesome. I'm currently using regular arrows that it's causing it to, on some occasion, use it, and some occasion use the regular arrows. And then we have the Bloodbath, which is basically the same old stuff that shoots crap down from the sky. Nothing too spectacular, but I like the animations from it. It's like raining blood. Then you got the Brimstone Flamestar. This is a really slow weapon, but it bounces, can go through the enemies, pierces them. Sometimes it don't. Really depends on how you angle it. Then we have the Lashes of Chaos, which is just another piercing weapon. Nothing too great about this weapon, but I definitely like how far it can actually pierce. Really useful. And last but not least for this section, we have the Catastrophe Claymore. Nothing that great. It's just launches a little flame thing, and it can actually do damage as well. I just like it because of the effects. It reminds me of fireworks. I mean, you have yellow, green, not green, blue and red. And for the last section of the items part of this video, we have the Elemental Shiv. This is pretty cool because look at all the stuff that's on the screen. It just, I don't know, I like it. It also goes through the walls, which is, as you know from previous videos and previous parts of this video, a plus in my book. Then we have the Flame Scythe, which is more like a boomerang of scythe, but it actually sets enemies on fire, which is pretty awesome. Then we have the Great Sword of Judgment. This one's pretty interesting because as you can see, it's dripping down. Now let me attack that with the projectile there, and as you can see, it can go through the walls if you angle it right. And look over there. It's hitting there and it's going down. But if you aim down, it's hitting the floor, so it can hit things below you if you do it right. And then we have the Genesis. For those who have played Command & Conquer Red Alert 2 and know what a Prism Tower / Prism Tank is, this is what this reminds me of. It's pretty awesome, and I definitely really like this specific weapon just because it reminds me of from Command & Conquer. Which means I should probably play that sometime soon. Then we have the Gamma Fusillade, I think is how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. Probably am. This is like a green laser, or no, green bullets, actually. Thought it was a laser. But it's pretty awesome. I like the fact that it penetrates pretty far and it leaves that cursed flame debuff, which is one of my favorite ones. Then we have the Great Bow of Turmoil, which fires 3 arrows. One that can inflict, or well, it's random what arrows you're going to get, but it can have Hellfire, Cursed, and what was the other one? Ichor. So you got Cursed, Ichor, and Hellfire arrows from there, which is pretty cool. As you can see, that explosion is from the Hellfire one. Definitely like that bow. Something a little different. Wish more bows were like that. Then we got the Tears of Heaven. Goes through the walls. And it seems to go on for quite a bit of distance, so you should be able to hit stuff off screen. Last, we have the Lustrous Knives, which is kind of like vampire knives, but it shoots multiples. Let's see how many. Let's move over here so we can sit. 5 or 6. I'm pretty sure it's 5, but overall, definitely really like this because I like anything that heals me. let's get on to the boss section of this video. Before we get into the boss fight, I'm going to let you know, I'm currently using an admin sword for most of these fights, and I'm also going to be using the Terra Laser Blaster. The Terra weapon is from the Pumpkins mod, and the admin sword is from the Cheese Content Pack mod, I believe is what it was called. So, just to give you a bit of a heads up. And we got the first boss that we're going to be showcasing. Is a Slime God. It has about 33,000 HP. Pretty decent. Just jumps around. It's kind of like a Slime King, an upgraded version of the Slime King, as you get corrupt slime spawn. And nothing much else changes from that. So let's finish that. And there we go. And next we have Calamitus. And this one has about 90,000 health. Although I should point out the HP of these bosses might actually be different what they normally are due to some of the mods I have increasing the amount of health bosses and enemies have as your playthrough goes, you know, longer on, like once you get further in the game. And now we get two side ones and the main one. This one has about 150,000 health, and the other ones have about 30,000, as you can see, and 27,000. And then once you kill... Oh, he actually spawned some more ones, actually. So that's pretty cool. So you gotta focus on the... whatever you call it, the main guy, because he does spawn more of those guys once you kill them, which is pretty awesome. Definitely like that concept, so that way you don't focus on the weaker ones first and then only focus on the bigger one later. That is pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll probably be doing at least one of these a week, although sometime in the future I might try and do 2 Terraria videos a week to see how well that does, but so far about 1 a week seems to be doing pretty well right now, so I'll keep with that schedule for the moment. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.